Hello, YouTube. Hello.
Hello everybody, it's me again, Emerald, and welcome to our second ever devlog, with some other stuff included too, but we'll get there eventually. It's been about a year now since we started development on this mod, and our last devlog was 9 months ago, so I figured we'd let you all know what we've been cooking up so far. So take a seat everyone, and I hope you all will enjoy this devlog.
Hi guys, I'm an idiot and I playtest for this stupid mod. Let's talk about Lap 3. Since the first devlog, this mod is drastically changed, so everything you see is probably outdated. You might be sitting there and wondering, what has changed? Well, this is why we're here, to tell you all about what Lap 3 has in store for you in Cheesy Chasedown. As some of you may know, we're currently focusing on releasing a demo titled Cheesy Chasedown The First Slice, primarily focusing on Lap 3. The full mod itself will have 5 laps, but we'll discuss that later. So, what has the team been cooking up? Well, let's just say it's quite complicated. Alongside general difficulty balancing, we've been trying to polish up and reintroduce Lap 3 in a new coat of paint, alongside adding new collectibles, challenges, difficulty modifiers, and things that were never usually seen in a lap mod. First of all, we'll introduce challenge paths, optional paths that open up during Lap 3. Within it, collectibles and rewards are available. However, you'll have to escape with your life on the line. Every challenge path is themed off the level's gimmick, so if you have what it takes, take on a challenge path and see what happens. You can even skip a huge chunk of the level, but I think that's the least of your concerns. In these challenge paths, pizza coins can be found. These coins are quite valuable within the pizza tower and can be spent somewhere within the tower complex. We'd love to show you where it is, but only after a few more details on Lap 3. Throughout the lap itself, various assets of a level can be changed, as in the end, you're not supposed to be here after the second lap. See if you can spot some changes here and there. The background also includes falling bricks themed to the level itself and a wavy, grotesque red shader. All visual changes can be toggled on or off in the closet or adjusted to your liking. You can either play with a million things going on at once or keep it nice, tidy, and simple with minimal background changes. The lap is your canvas. Go nuts. We have tons more planned for the first slice. Some we'll talk a bit more about in this devlog, and some we'll unfortunately have to keep a secret until the demo comes out. Speaking of which, let's move on to the next section.
Oh my god! They hit the war timer! As is the case with most modern lab mods, we're redoing the war timer slightly. While still not final, you can see it is significantly more purple, and the font is also more blocky. It also has some functional differences, as when you gain time from a new room, the amount of frames you have left does not reset, as well as the fact that this timer does not give you the extra grace 0 seconds that the traditional war timer does. The sort of idea for the timer was to make it so that it had the functionality of an Elm timer, but still gave the feeling of a more traditional timer, which we ended up getting by making it to where you generally run on a net loss of time per room, meaning that you slowly run out of time, even though it's still an Elm timer. You may have also noticed the new snake movement. The idea was that he would always be behind you. It started out as just an Elm moveset, right, with early landing, and then we smoothed it out and eventually we ended up with what we have right now. So he's almost always able to catch up to you if you slow down or turn around. And while not confirmed, there have been debates over giving Snake a special attack that he can do to make him do even more damage on certain areas that we think might be a little too easy. But overall, of course, it's just Snake with a rebanding, and his speeds change based on the difficulty. And who could forget Lap 5? We have John as Elm John. Yeah, admittedly, we kind of felt that Lap 5 was getting a little bit shafted in comparison to literally the entire rest of the mod. As such, I had the idea to add level-specific gimmicks into Lap 5, with the goal of making it more of an adaptability challenge and giving Lap 5 something interesting going for it.
Hello, I'm Siegel. I am the lead composer of this mod. We've been working hard to make sure the songs are really good, and most of the songs are now ready for the demo too. We'll show a little bit of what we've been working on, but for now, this is all you get.
Now, some of you might be wondering, if the first slice is only lap 3, then why is it taking so long? Well, the answer is that while yes, the first slice only contains lap 3, we still need to finish all of the back-end systems and all of the other main functions for Cheesy Chasedown in order to make everything work. And as such, a lot of development has ended up going into one single room. That being the closet doors have replaced the old dressers, so you're gonna have to go inside and get the new one. The closet contains all of the settings for CC. There's a setting in the mod, you change it here. We have 3 different UIs here in the closet, and we're gonna go through them. So first off, we have the dresser. The dresser is all about looks. You can change your palette, you can change a hat, you can change the TV, you can add a pet. Never mind. Next up is the computer. The computer pulls up the gameplay settings and difficulty UI. I'm personally really proud of this UI, as not only did I code it, but I also made all the sprites for it manually. On page 1, you can press up and down to select the difficulty, and whatever difficulty you have on will be highlighted in yellow. On page 2, you can switch on and off extra options, like practice mode, death on combo loss, and last but not least, we have the jukebox, the music UI. Hidden within some levels, you can find discs, and if you collect these discs, you'll unlock songs. Once you unlock a song, you can select it using this menu. You can also change different settings about the music from this menu as well.
So, what are we gonna do next with the mod? Well, it's a bit complicated. We've been working hard on a lot of factors, whether it be the level design, spriting, coding, or even just nailing down which ideas we want to use in the mod. So I can't really say for certain, but we have some stuff that are finalized to be in the demo, so I'll tell you a bit about them. First of all, we're adding a brand new level to the mod. That's gonna be a part of a brand new floor too, which I won't say anything about it right now. The level is themed around hell itself and you trying to escape from it, with lava slowly rising up to you. All in the meanwhile, you have an entity that's going to be a nuisance towards you for the entire level. Currently, nothing is done for the level right now, but we'll be sure to update you on it once we get something done on it. Next up, remember those pizza coins? Yeah, let's talk about them and how we're going to spend them inside the tower. Inside your closet room, there's gonna be a shop where you can purchase things such as clothes, cosmetics, power-ups, checkpoints, all those kinds of stuff, you know. Now, for the shopkeeper, however, before we landed on a solid idea, there have been debates on who we wanted it to be. It used to be my good friend Pancreta before people decided it really wouldn't fit in the world of Pizza Tower, and it would be too much of a self-insert into the mod itself. So I decided to scrap him and discuss on who's going to be replacing him. Before, Pancreta himself decided he wanted to contribute to the mod by making a brand new character for the role of shopkeeper. Meet Lindeedvinit, the mod's shopkeeper. Ain't he just neat? For the time being, there isn't really anything written for this guy, but we're excited to show you what we will be doing with him in the future, so stay tuned for that. One more small stuff before we move on to the next section of the video. Practice mode. Just your typical lab mod practice mode, nothing special. If you feel like you're inconsistent in some parts of a level, or maybe struggling on a challenge room, then this is the right place for you to try. Before we move on to the next section, here's a little message from our sponsor.
What's up? Stumped Logs logging in to briefly yap about my mod, Logs Lapping. I've been chugging along with progress for the mod, and I'm happy to announce a few things, but for those who don't know, this is a lapping mod that focuses on 4 game modes, but for the purposes of this segment, we'll only focus on one game mode, Multi-Lap. Multi-Lap features Lap 6 with your typical suspects, however I'm making one big change to Multi-Lap. The addition of RIP Lap. RIP removes all the previous chasers and has a giant wall of debris quickly swarming in, akin to both Lap 3 Deluxe's C-Top Lap 3 and a concept video I made from January. You can choose which lap RIP takes place after, so you can make it, let's say, Lap 4 or Lap 7 if you so desire. Besides that, I'm also doing other big things in the mod, such as reworking the options menu to look like this, as well as slowly making more progress on the other game modes too. Overall, I'm thrilled to be able to show off what I've been cooking up, and I can't wait for you to be able to play the mod sometime in the future. Alright, Stumped Logs logging out.
Yep, it's me again. This time I'm here to talk about Laptop Legacy, my mod. Yeah, I've kind of been sleeping on it a little bit, but I'm finally making progress again, and we have people working on the F-mod and stuff now, which is a major obstacle in the past. We do have an internal deadline set. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want to get people's hopes up in case it ends up failing, but we do have an internal deadline and plan for the mod's release, and now I will give effectively the October progress report. Progress report, we have split classic mode into 2 different sets because the way OG Lab helps, the original Lab has a lot of bugs, and part of the classic mode I was thinking was to actually reproduce those bugs. However, I also realized that there might be some people who don't want to have those bugs, but want to experience the rest of the classic mode type gameplay. And so we decided to split it into 2 parts. So there's a classic mode and there's a bugged mode. They're also split between the 3 different sort of like types of gameplay, I guess you could say. I don't think gameplay. Almost like the 3 different senses of a game, being the sprites, music, and the gameplay itself. And that is admittedly what kind of made things take a while, because it means I have to change a bunch of stuff. But beyond that, it has made everything else work, and I'm hoping it'll be a little bit better than what happened before. I also wanted to mention a new sprite that I made, the translation badge, as I call it. What it means is it is basically an indicator for which languages will have support when the mod releases. Because the mod has already been held back a lot, and World of Cheese does not have a full set of translators, it is highly unlikely that the mod is going to get full translation support immediately right off the bat. As such, I have decided to use this badge and put it on the translation menu. For any languages that have support, you can look at that badge. And of course, as we get more languages done, they will be added to the mod over time.
Alright, for this section, I'm not gonna go on a script. I want to speak from the heart because this project means a lot to me. So, let me explain some stuff real quick. A lot of you new gens probably don't know what a Zuma Deluxe is. Zuma Deluxe is a game made by PopCap in the year 2003, and it's just a little matching balls game, and you don't let the balls go to the skull. If you fill the bar, you win, and all that kind of stuff. It's really simple. So there has been this community that I've been a part of for years now. It's called the Sphere Matchers, and I've been making this mod called the Curse of Zuma, which at first kind of sucked, and it slowly evolved into something new before I decided to cancel it on the chapter 3 because it kind of sucked. My laptop died back then, so I decided to cancel it because it's also a lot of work because, you know, I make all of this alone. I don't ask for other people to work on this, unlike Cheesy Chasedown, which is a whole another thing. And now, this is the Curse of Zuma Complete Collection, or at least that's the name for now. I've been debating if I should change the name or not. But basically, it's a compilation or a remaster of all the things that I've made in the past, compiled all into one mod, a small little pack that goes on a trip to memory lane or something like that, right? And it's gonna be in my current style that I do art in now, and it's gonna be a whole lot of stuff. I haven't worked on this a lot since I've been slacking off like a whole lot, so I will provide some updates later in the future. And if you really want to check out this project, it'll be in the channel, my main channel, and not the Roller Sheet channel, because I'm pretty sure none of you are interested in the Zuma game. But if any of you are, check out my main channel. I'll be posting stuff about the Curse of Zuma in there. And that's gonna be it for the devlog, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all enjoyed what we have showed you so far. I want to thank everyone for the support that you've given us for this past year. It really means a lot to me and people in the team too. We wouldn't have got this far without your help. So I thank everyone for getting us this far. And my team members too, who are all very special to me. So again, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you all have a very cheesy day. And goodbye.